All right, so let's continue the story. So I, again, just found out I was fired, had to deal with on-call stuff. I reached out to another coworker and asked them to deal with the situation because it was happening in their building and they should be in the office. So I was thankful that I was able to kind of pass that torch off and kind of deal with my situation. So she's going over the package and all that. And again, like, I'm trying not to start crying again because, like, I just can't believe my life. And the conversation's over and I get up and leave. I literally don't say anything. And I think I didn't say anything to anybody for about a week. Because I was that traumatized. I was that traumatized from that whole situation. I'm still a little traumatized. I'm not still traumatized because those people don't matter. But I would still be traumatized if I did not take time to heal, to rest, to reflect. And one of the things that I realized a few days after that situation, I really realized I couldn't work in higher education anymore. I couldn't work in student affairs anymore. I couldn't work in res life. And I was reminded of the story of Dr. Antoinette Kindia Bailey, and how literally the same exact situation happened to her when she was, oh my gosh, I can't remember which institution she was at. This was before she, because I had done a little research about her life. It was before she had moved up to the VP role, where ultimately she ended up taking her life because of the pressures that she was under. But after all was said and done in my situation, again, I'm kind of sitting there reflecting on the fact that women that look like me are under constant attack in every single work environment that we are in. Every single work environment that we are in. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how articulate. It doesn't matter what contributions, what clear and obvious contributions you are making to the growth of the organization. They do not care. They do not care, because at the end of the day, it is about power. It is about politics. Who knows who can do what for who, and whose ego needs to be stroked next. And I know many Black women go into these positions because and accept these offers because we are sold a dream. We are told we want to invest in your potential. We want to see you thrive. We want to see you grow. We know you can contribute some really amazing and impactful things to our organization. We're ready for it. We're ready for it. And it's all lies. Like, it all literally is lies. Like, they don't want anything to change. They don't want anyone that will make anything better, because they themselves are complacent in mediocrity. They're okay with it. And what happens when you join the team? You shake that up. It doesn't matter. It literally does not matter where you stand in the status quo of things. You literally could be coming in as a VP, and they're still looking at you like you are at the very bottom, like you are nobody, you are nothing, you know nothing. And you're the diversity hire, right? You're just here for numbers, for optics. Your input doesn't actually matter. Little does everyone know, every single one of these organizations, institutions, workplaces, jobs, whatever you want to call it, they are extracting your magic. They are extracting your talent, extracting it so severely, so intensely, so covertly too, right? With because that's where imposter syndrome kind of comes into play. They do it so craftfully, and that's the byproduct of white supremacy. It's the byproduct of white supremacy. And, keeping hierarchical structures in place, secure, firm, right? And anything that threatens that shakes that up, because it's not just you that is impacted, right? Like, your actions, whether you shine or dull, then reflect on whoever hired you, reflect on, you know, whoever is supervising you, right? And what's odd is that it's not odd. It's the perfect workings of a system. Again, they sell you the bill of dreams, and somewhere in your head, you begin to think, I need to work harder to keep my job. Black tax is a thing, right? Like, work twice as hard to get half as much, all that. But you have to do more because someone's eye is watching you. You have to be the best because someone's ready to take your job. You have to do the most because they don't trust you, right? And I'm thinking about that scene in Something New, when she, I'll see if I can find that clip and share it. But that is exactly what happens to every single black woman in the workplace. It, again, does not matter where you fall. And after experiencing what I experienced, and like having to kind of go back, and I do want to add that literally no one followed up with me, no one checked in on me, like nothing, radio silent. And I realized in that moment, these people don't care about you. They never did, right? It was all about what they could take. And it was all about what they could take. And in that moment, I realized, like, girl, are you choosing yourself? Are you choosing yourself? Is this making you happy? Is your emotional system regulated? Are you okay? And I realized I wasn't. And that essentially is what prompted me to walk away. And I walked away completely. I didn't look back. Did I walk away? I didn't say anything to anybody because there wasn't anything to say, right? And even now, if you ask anybody, what happened? What went down? Why is, radio silent? This is so unlike her. It is because I was unsupported. Nobody cared. Like, I didn't have the networking card that most people have, that they can tap into this person, tap into that person, because like everybody is on the chopping block, right? Anybody and everybody, because when it comes down to it, if they don't have enough money to pay you, everybody's expendable, right? So people are just, again, thinking about themselves, which is what it is. And I decided it was time for me to start thinking about myself. And that is when ChrissyK.net, Chrissy K LLC, Legacy, Liberation, Consciousness. That is when I decided to start my own business and help other women, marginalized folk, just people looking to change and be different and be better people, and happy with their lives. That's when I decided it's time for me to like officially dive into coaching, because I had spent all my years perfecting my craft in education, in higher education to be exact. And I saw how well I'm able to impact people. I saw it. I have 2 commencement speakers, 2 institutional commencement speakers that were chosen. And they both happen to have been on my team. I know my level of impact, and I knew it was time for me to take the show on the road. So that's what I did. But it's been slow going. It's been slow going, but not too bad. I know that when people are actually ready, excited, and want to change, they will find me. And if you are one of those people and you have made your way through my entire story, send me an email. Definitely want to work with you, get some things going. Because I think so many of us just keep moving through the motions and bringing the old baggage from different workplaces, different relationships, different people into our new spaces, our new relationships, our new dynamics, and inadvertently end up hurting people that we may care about and all that stuff. And I don't want that to be your story. So again, happy to help if people are interested in my services. But that whole situation, and I kind of was reflecting on my whole time there, and how like people never really considered me initially. Like I was always an afterthought. And I'm tired of being people's afterthought. Oh man, I've spent my entire life being someone's afterthought. I was even the afterthought of my own damn parents. And I said no more. I said no more. So I bet on me. I'm still betting on me. I will always bet on me. Because I have magic that can't ever be replaced. I make people feel a way that is so unique and truly authentic that forever you won't forget me. I literally, where was I? I was at a bar out with some friends like a few years ago, and I had a student that I hadn't seen in ages. Like he had graduated, he was grown, walked up to me and was like, "Hi, Miss Knight, do you remember me?" It threw me off when they said Miss Knight, because I was like, wait, what's happening? I'm not that old yet. And then I remembered where I met that young man. I remembered where I met that young man and the situation that he was involved in. And it was the type of situation that makes or breaks young people's lives, literally. And had I handled that any different, I know that young man would not be standing before me, thanking me for something that I couldn't remember. But I knew that between the commencement speakers and remembering that young man, I know I have enough to continue the wave of change, social change that needs to happen. So again, I took it on the road, and I'm betting on me, and that's why I'm an amazing coach. And again, if anyone is interested, happy to help. But yeah, I wanted to share all that because I know people are watching, wondering like, how could she just like get up and leave everything, everyone? And if I can't articulate how you have positively contributed to my existence, it means we're no longer aligned, and it's time for that chapter to end and close. And I realized that chapter needed to end and close with a number of people, a number of places, a number of things, and I have walked away from it all because at the end of the day, I have to live with me. I have to live with my decisions. I have to be okay. And nobody else is ever going to care or be worried about that other than me. And I need to start taking steps that reflect that. So right now I'm still in my rest phase and in healing, but I'm also seeing the impact that I'm having on those around me. And I know, again, that I'm meant to shake things up, to be that tower moment, to be the change. So y'all stay tuned, keep watching. I have so much more coming your way. Stay safe or don't.